Okay, hi everyone, this is a first go at doing a junk journal video. I did do one a year or so ago, but I'm not quite sure. Things got ahead of me, and I didn't do it. It's a bit nerve-wracking, all those sort of things. I don't know how I'm going to go. I don't know whether I'm just going to decide this isn't for me, but I thought I'd give it a go. Today is Mother's Day in Australia, and there is no children at home. My partner's boys are back with their mum, my boys have gone out to the movies, and my partner is working, so I actually have Sunday afternoon to myself, which is rare and awesome. The problem is with videos is that it's hard to make them here because I share my craft room with the boys' computer room, so I'd be very self-conscious and they make lots of noises. Anyway, so this is one of my journals. I've been doing junk journaling for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, probably even longer, because I was doing it before it even was a thing. I thought a different video I might even go through some of my old scrapbooks. I did scrapbooking. I've done scrapbooking for about 20 years. My son just turned 21 and I started not long after he was born. So yeah, about 20 years. So anyway, a long time ago when my son's, actually yeah, probably 10 years ago, I was right into creating digital scrapbooking kits and selling them, and I did alright for a little while, but as always things happen, things get away from me. I've discovered now that I can go back to a lot of those resources that I had and that I created and use them in my junk journaling. So I've actually started selling them. We'll see, we're not sure. I did start selling journals about a year or so ago, but my son got sick and things got ahead of me, and so I stopped my Etsy shop, sold about 4 journals, but I've decided that now's the time to continue on. Anyway, but that's not what I'm going to do today. Today I'm just going to have a bit of a play. This is an awesome book I picked up at, it's called The Green Shed here in Australia, well in Canberra, New South Wales, the ACT, and it's a resource recycling place, so it's attached to the dump, and you can get rid of things that you think might be of use to someone, and they sell it and the money gets donated to charity, which is really awesome. So you can pick up some really cool stuff. So I saw this and it's called The Story of Art. This was one that I put together and I was going to do for the 100-day project last year, which I've even got 100-day project, but it didn't really, I didn't really continue with it. I just, because I guess stuck to a theme, didn't work for me. But I obviously have still continued to create and to make layouts and things in this. So I thought today I would do some. I've been getting some of my digital stuff and printing them out so I can have a play, and this one is one that I created online, well, created in Photoshop, some doilies from things that I scan and get, some more pages that I've created, and these are ones that that's one that I've done in this book actually and scanned it again, and some more ones I've created online. So I thought I'd have a play with some of these today and see how we go. On Instagram I am elizaday.scrapsandjunk, and in Etsy I'm Eliza Day Journals. I'll put both of those links below when I work out how to make YouTube work. We'll see how we go. But anyway, I just thought I would create something. I find a blank page. My journals have a lot of memories and things in them, so this is, we went to the art gallery the other week during Easter. Photos of my puppy Mia. She's a beautiful girl. And then other times it's just art bits and pieces, magazines, collaging, 2 of my boys. Anyway, so let's find a spot. Ooh, I do like that this book, The Story of Art, it just seemed to fit for journaling, so I do quite enjoy, although it is starting to get a bit thick, there's still a lot of pages, but that's okay. I've been coffee dyeing like crazy the last few days, so my poor fingers are coffee stained, but that's okay. This is one of the things I created. I love this. We might just start off doing that and sticking along. So it's just a craft along. Craft with me are my favourite type of videos to watch. I watch Gayle and Rachel from Roxy Creations and Dawn Let's Make a Mess. I get to sit down and just listen to them and craft along while they potter along. So seeing as that's the sort of video that I like to watch, I might create that as well. But we'll see. Like I said, it's always a bit daunting. So I guess as I do this, a little bit about me. My partner and I have 6 boys, aged 21 to 11. 3 are mine, 3 are his, and they're all sort of around the same ages. And they keep us super busy, but they're super good kids, which is good. Well, I can't really say kids anymore. We'll almost have 3 adults very, very soon. But yes, it does mean that my craft time is my absolute downtime. I often go first thing in the morning. I get up before anyone else, so that's often the case, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't quite know what else there is other than I've been scrapbooking forever. It's all changed. I remember being very, very traditional, I suppose, and everything was acid free and all of those things. And then I think I got a bit lazy, probably, for want of a better word, and I just stopped bothering with doing that. And so now it's just whatever I find. I scour second-hand stores all the time. I have this huge bookshelf of second-hand books, which I love. I use them myself. I'd create them for friends, although I do find some of my friends don't quite get what I do and don't quite understand the whole idea behind junk journaling. I do love it though. I love to just be able to go and make a mess and do what I like. Oh, I like the flower. I'm just trying to think. It was all planned, and then now I'm sitting here going, I actually don't know what I want to do. Let's pick one of these. So these doilies, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put these up in my Etsy store yet. They, I do like them all to be really sort of cut out and transparent in the white spots, but it takes a lot with something with lace. I guess that comes from my days of digital scrapbooking. I've noticed that a lot of other ones aren't as particular about that, and that many doilies and other scanned products are just they're not necessarily transparent background, they're just white, and you can print them on white paper and it doesn't matter. And yeah, so I'm still experimenting with that, but because I scour second-hand stores all the time, I often find them, so I pick them up anyway. I do family daycare, so as well as our own 6 boys, I also look after 4 little ones under 5 every day, 5 days a week, which is insane, but it's a lot of fun. I've been working in early childhood childcare for 20 odd years. Oops, just looking for my blue book pad. I don't know what I've done with it. I cleaned up earlier because I was doing bits and pieces, and in my cleanup I've managed to lose my blue book. Sorry, I'm not sure where it's gone. I'll probably spot it in a little bit. Oops. My craft, oh, right next to me. It's got little metal tags on it. Yes. So yeah, look after children. So again, this is my way just to chill and take things in, take the day in, relax, think about it. Because my partner works shift work, sometimes I have big chunks of time in day, evening where he's not home, and other times he's home a lot, so I guess that will vary the schedule for videos if I decide that I'm going to do this. I'm still not 100% sure. And I guess it depends on how this turns out, how comfortable I feel listening to my own voice, or whether I just decide it's all too much. I haven't told anyone, haven't told my partner, haven't told the children. So I went, I'll just give it a go and see. I always sit at my table and create anyway, so it's not that hard to put the camera up. I do have a little bit of a thing about photography, so my camera's reasonable, and I do try to take photos and things and stuff. I also have an Instagram dedicated to that, but that's not important. Well, it is. It's another hobby. I seem to have too many hobbies that's good for me, really. I also have a thing about ink. I think I laugh watching Gayle from CinnamonT. Gayle, well, I can't pronounce her last name. That's terrible. But she makes me laugh because she often says how she can't help but ink things. They've just got to be inked, and I must admit I get into that as well, because I don't know, inking just adds to that grungy look, I suppose, which I really like. So that haphazard style that, oh look, there's just some advertising from a board game on that page that I chucked in there. Yes. Oh, I don't mind that. I haven't got any photos. Normally I chuck photos in, just my kids' photos. Sometimes they're old photos, sometimes they're current ones. We'll just have to see how we go. Oh, where's my ribbon? I have a bit of a probably unhealthy obsession with ribbon and lace and everything. I have a massive big box. But it's fun. And again, I like to always seem to collect more craft items than I use sometimes. But that's sort of why I want to do the Etsy, is mainly that I want to sell things so that I can buy more things. I like supporting other artists and handmade, and try and support handmade wherever I can. In the ACT we have handmade markets, so I always like to go there and buy Christmas presents if I possibly can, and support local artists. Luckily my closest friends do that too, so I always get some really awesome items that are handmade from local people, because I like to support them if I can. I always stick the pages together, so I won't do that one. I did make these, I posted it on my Instagram. I made this cool little pocket. They're little chicken bags. Somehow I ended up with this collection. Never been used, they're brand new. I don't know where I got a bag from, who knows, but I've never really used them. So yesterday I bit the bullet and, oh, I should have waited. I bit the bullet and decorated one. I thought that'd be a neat pocket, which it probably would do that. Oops. Sorry. Pages from my glue book. Here, when they get dirty you just fold it up. I think I learnt that one from Gayle, who I think she got it from Rachel from Roxy Creations, I'm not sure, but I thought, oh, what a genius way because I always end up, as you can see, the state of my craft mat, I always end up with glue and paint and everything everywhere, because I make such a mess. But that's okay. Making a mess is fine. And I get distracted, so I'll work on something like this page, and then halfway through I'll get distracted like this, because this isn't going to go on this page, but it fits perfectly on here. And that can be the card that will go into this when I find a page to stick that into, because you know, why not? But, and because, you know, sorry, have to ink it. We'll see how we go. Oops. I always love learning new things, so I'm always watching other people's videos and learn new tricks and things about that. Actually, what I might do with this one, I won't do it now, but my sewing machine's just around the corner. I might sew around the edge like I did, like I made these little cards. I made them the other, yesterday, day before, which I really liked. My first go at copy dyeing. The pattern came out really cool. But I'll sew around the edge of this, I think, and then that will go into this bag when I find a place for that, because I guess I could stick something on the back and then have that as a tip in there, but I might use it in my other journal. We'll have to see. Anyway, where are we up to? I've got something. Oh, I have little pockets of stuff everywhere. I sort of find little snippets somewhere and I think, oh, that's cool, I'll use that, and then I end up with just... Earlier today I did a page in this book where I just stuck down little scraps of paper, like little offcuts that were this big. I can't remember what I did with it. Which page is it? Oh, that's what that one is, little scraps of paper. But yeah, it was like, oh, I want to do something. Oh, actually it might have been my other book. And it was like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm just going to put little scraps of paper down. Which was a bit funny. I'm quite liking that, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, I have these pictures. These florals. So these are from Frankie magazine. I picked up an old one at the second-hand stores, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, something like that, and I liked it so much. It's beautiful thick paper, that I decided to subscribe to the magazine, and when I subscribed I got this awesome free download, and these beautiful, beautiful florals. So I'm quite happy that it's a download, because I can reuse them as many times as I like. But they're like, I don't know if they're they're not really watercolour, they've got a fine line border, but they're just lovely. So the free download from the Frankie magazine was a whole heap of Australian articles, some previous, actually I might just get rid of the name, some previous Australian articles that they had done. So this one's obviously Australian florals, which is just, they're such pretty pictures. So I'm hoping to have a bit of a go with these and use them a bit. And I was going through my magazine stash and I found I got quite a few, well, I've got a couple from 1940s and some from the 50s, but they've all got some beautiful advertisements and things in them, so I'm just starting to scan some of those. I think the magazine from the 1940s, I think I can scan that. I was trying to find copyright stuff, and it's got collected works 70 years from publication, I think. So I think that's 1949, but I can't find anything definitive, so I'm not 100% sure. But it did say things like adverts from that time. For old adverts you can scan. So I've got some very cool adverts from the 1940s and 50s, which I'm going to scan and put up because I think they're great. And then I've got some, I found paper stamps and envelopes and bits and pieces. So I've already put some of my envelopes, some of the stamps up on Etsy. Some of the stamps are the ones that are still on paper backing, because I use them for collage. Actually, I might even go grab some now. I use them for collage because they just look great with the paper backing on. But I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of postage stamps with that are off the paper. Sorry. Oops. Yeah, I've got plenty that are off the paper. But some of these are really cool. Like if they're on their seal. Oh, that's platypus. That won't quite work. So yeah, oh, it's butterfly. Sometimes I find the collage looks good with the paper on. But I've got so many old stamps. These are from the 80s. I had to laugh. I put them up on Etsy and said, what year frame? I'm like, oh, 1980s, most of them. And they're like, this is a vintage item. I'm like, since when is 1980s vintage? But apparently it is. So it was like, oh, that's insane. But that's alright. Oops, this glue stick's almost over. So apparently 1980s is vintage, which makes me feel incredibly old, but that's fine. What else have I got? Oh, this is a nice floral one too. Sorry, I should probably move this up a little bit. There we go. Oh no, this whole YouTube thing is, this video may not see the light of day, or it might. I have bought a little microphone. It's got the built-in microphone, but I'm not sure how it will come out. So we'll see. So this is just a really scrappy page. I'm hoping to do actually some little tutorials and things of some of the stuff that I do. Like making these ones too. These are awesome. I've got some powdered watercolour stuff, but maybe we'll do some of those. That's a boat. Boat's not going to work on here. Butterfly. I've already got that one. Anyway, so we'll see. Like I said, I'm a little bit self-conscious about it, so it's hard. There's so many great creative people online that I just love watching, and I figured they all started once as well, but we will see. It's like a Christmas one, I think. Oh, I should put that aside and put that in my Christmas album. I have a Christmas one. Oh, that could work on that, although it's May, but you know, you can work on a Christmas album whenever, can't you? Oh, there's another floral. So I had absolutely no plan for this page. There was I had no specific little memories or ephemera or anything like that. I just had some bits and pieces that I knew I had lying around. A lot of my junk journals tend to be that. Sometimes they're memories and stuff, but other times they're just stuff that I like, and I like to sit down and glue and get my hands dirty, explore, test out new products. I think I make more of a hobby than shopping than actually crafting sometimes, but yeah. So it's really, ooh, another one of those. That's really the main reason for crafting for me, and the want to sell is just that I need a space to be able to buy more stuff, because I can't justify buying more stuff. Oh, this isn't floral, but it's a beautiful Italian stamp, just a seaside. I'm going to do that one. Yes, I want to make room for more stuff and share what I have. So yeah, that's the hope. I don't know. I'm not sounding very confident, really, am I? I'm very confident about some aspects of my life, but apparently not this. I can talk in front of people previously, like for my work, or I used to get up and talk in front of people, and I can do that without even blinking at all. Put me in front of a room of 1,000 people, bam, easy. Give me a phone, no, can't ring people, can't talk to people on the phone. This concept of videoing or having my voice, like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. Oh look, see, this is just really a messy collage. I don't even know whether the colours have come together. I'm not even really trying, I suppose. I just more wanted something to sit down and glue on and go. No. Oops. But there we go. That's not a bad little, just a spread of stuff. I might even put a little note card in there or something, just to say, oh, I could do a tipping like that. That would work. Just to say what the stuff is, so that it's like this one here is from my digitals that I've got. These are from postage stamps, and these are, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sell some of them. So I might actually do that maybe next time, if there's a next time. Oh, 14, that's my birthday. That's funny. Maybe I will do that. I think I'm going to do that. So next time I'll have it finished. I'll have some little pocket on there, I think, and to say what it is that I was doing. I actually bought I splurged and bought some Tim Holtz cards the other day. That would work, actually. I'll sew around the edge and attach that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll put that there. Anyway, that's hit almost 27, was it? Almost 28 minutes. It'll be 27 minutes. As my first go, really wasn't anything specific. It wasn't any technique. It wasn't anything. It was just me chatting about me and my life and my family and my goals and my aims for this channel and for my Etsy store. Hopefully you'll come along for the ride and you'll come and join me as I explore this other area of my creativity. As I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to go with regularity of videos, because I really can only do them when no one's here, which isn't often, as you could imagine, with 7 other people in the house. I mean, we don't have all the boys all the time. They spend time with other parents, but there's very rarely no one home except for me. This is such a treat today. Anyway, alright, that's it for now. I'll put down some links to where my Etsy store is, and a couple of my favourite, who I talked about, Gayle and Roxy Creations and things like that today. And otherwise, that's it. Hopefully I'll see you next time.